I think picking one over the other is something that is circumstantial.
Okay.
It's not something that you just wake up and say, I'm picking this, I'm picking that. So many things are factors to that.
Yeah.
First and foremost, we all know that from a traditional aspect, before
Yes.
what we used to have is what is now termed as customary marriage, or is this traditional marriage.
Yeah.
And fast forward when the Bazungus came and there was an introduction of their culture into our culture.
Yeah.
So in blending the two, there was an introduction of a certain way of marrying off. So that way of marrying off has some legal aspect to it.
Yeah.
This is what today is being called civil, or should we say statutory marriage. So usually preference, you find that depending on your background, depending on where you're coming from, what influences you is what you find people doing. So if you are found in town, in what we are calling town, you find the preference is basically, like young ladies that would want to have a statutory marriage because of the white wedding. Because when you're talking to young people, I'm a counselor as well. When you're talking to young people, when you start talking of marriage, the first thing that comes into their mind, or when they want their boyfriend or fiancé to propose or to take a step further, is the wedding. Is that white wedding? Is this? They begin to imagine. The first thing they imagine is not the marriage. The first thing they imagine is the wedding day. What am I going to wear? How will my dress be? How will be my makeup? And my friends and all that kind of... Yes. What my friends say? All those kind of things. So the first thing is the wedding day. And then they have to come to reality. Now this is marriage. Bum, 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 bum. Yes. So if you're in town, mostly what is preferred, or what is... now trending is what we may call statutory marriage, where people will have to go to the civic center or go to court and have a paper signed, which are called certificates. There was a joke, our reverend one day said that no matter how long you are in marriage, there's no degree. Everybody only has everybody has a certificate. Yes. So there's no graduating in marriage. So that is what it is. But when you talk over what would I prefer, I think it's not an issue of preference. Both of them have got their own pros and cons. The traditional aspect, from the way it was being done, it was good because it was preparing people into marriage. Somebody that just doesn't walk in the street and say, oh, are you a ngupatie, chap? In a traditional marriage, like the way your intros were, the man side, or the man has to find people that have to go kumukashana kera that tuwasange luba pano. Pitana. And sometimes, those Barafikonka sana, they would even call you Michi to say, why sabantu? Namubeshiba. Yes, because when Bashibukombe comes to your mother's house, he will come as your fiancé. So my fiancé and never done. But I said, if we ever done, so you will be called to say, then when you agree, then the process begins. So can I say about sonta and things like that? So no asumina pala then then fiamba nomba kula nshanya tuangina na munsalamu charging and all that kind of thing. It was good because that is how our tradition is. It's our culture.